exactly the same setup for the eye treatment. So if you refer back to the eye treatment setup video, you'll be able to see. And all we've done is added the box of strip lashes and the glue. I've placed the glue along a spatula, and I like to do that a few minutes before I'm ready for it because I like it to go a little bit more sticky first. A trick is, if you're doing it when the glue's really, really wet, you have to wait longer for it to run. Now, we've got these. You'll become accustomed to which ones that you like to work with. I've just put it on my hands so you can see. But I'll usually put it on the trolley on a tissue so it's kept quite hygienic, but just so you can see that there. Now we've got the small ones go in the inner near the nose, and the longer side goes on the outside. Now you can see that on the glue it's just got a little bit of that on, so just take that off. I always have a little wastage tissue nearby, just so you can get rid of any little bits. Now, what you're going to do is lift it by the roots again. So always lift your strip lash at the root, not by the end, because you'll snap them. And then you're going to stick the strip into the glue. So you've now put glue all the way along your strip lash. Then put it next to the thing and try and get off as much of the excess as possible so it doesn't run in. Now you want to place the lash onto the middle of the eye first, and then you can literally just use your tweezer for one side and your fingers for the other, and you're positioning them. Now you might need to just reposition. So don't put it on fully. I don't know if you do carpentry, but when you do carpentry, you put your nails in, but don't screw them in too tight until you've got it in the right position. But so this is like this. Don't press it on too much until you've got it on the right position. Now your strip lash should actually be stuck onto the hairs, not onto the skin. So you're not sticking this onto the skin. You're sticking it onto the actual hair. And then you're going to push it all the way along. So I've put my tweezers, if you've got a pair of blunt tweezers that are neither use nor ornament for waxing, those are the kind of tweezers I like to keep to one side for my false lashes. And just put your tweezers, and then just close your tweezers together and put them. If you are using your waxing tweezers for this, make sure you have really sterilised them and remove the wax, because sometimes it can stick. Now, I want to just show you my fingers again. I want you to imagine that's the lashes and that's the eyelid. What I'm doing is I'm not putting it on the eyelid, I'm putting it on the lashes, and it should actually be back to back entwined. If there's a kind of a gap between the eyelashes and the false lashes, that's wrong. So when I come and assess you, I'm going to be looking, if it's repositioned wrong, so it's like that with a gap there, that's wrong. If it's like that, it should be sitting from the whole eyelid, should be having a lash on, and it should be sitting back to back. So it's actually touching, so there's no gap between them. It shouldn't be looking like that. And then again, I just left it for a couple of seconds just to dry, and then I'm just going to ask her to open her eyes, and the lash should be coming off. There you go. Make sure you wipe off all the barber side. Okay, so just put the very ends of the lash in the glue, so all the roots have got glue on, and that just gives that little bit extra. And then take off any extra glue onto there. So just use a little spatula, just press it onto the spatula first, and it'll get rid of any extra glue. Make sure you've no glue on the tweezer, otherwise you'll stick and it won't be helpful. Go right to the root, to the centre of your lash. Now you need to put your stick down so you've got the full eye. Now some people prefer to come round to the front. I'm just used to working from behind. Now you won't get downgraded from working from the front, but what you would get downgraded for is if your posture wasn't good and if your client was uncomfortable. Carol is quite a good client to mark off because she's got a sore knee and she finds it difficult as well with the back to lie flat. So I've sat her completely up, so you'll see I'm stood up and I tend to like to sit down to do my lashes. So, you know, I've changed myself to suit my client, and I've also put a pillow underneath her knees to keep her comfortable. Now, if you find the lash isn't sitting, just take it off and put the glue on and just start again. Don't keep fiddling, because the more you fiddle, the worse you'll get it and it'll never be. But you can't just throw these away like you can with the individual ones, because they cost quite a bit of money. So what you can do is just take it off, remove your glue, and then re-sit it on. And again, you're just going to tap, 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 tap all the way along until it's done. And then just ask your client to open her eyes. Now you'll see that there's not enough glue on that bit there. I've left it so you can see what you... Now, because there's a gap and it's not just sitting straight. So what you can do is literally just remove it from there, re-glue it and put it on. So you can use an orange stick to make sure that all the eyelash, all the way along, has got glue on it. So if it's not adhering properly, it's because it's not got the correct glue on it. And then just stick it back. So it doesn't matter if you've had 20 years experience or 2 months experience or 2 days, you still can have it where the glue's not enough or something happens. But the trick is that you've analysed what's wrong as a therapist and you've corrected it, and your client leaves the room with it being perfect. Now, also just let it set for a little minute as well. So it's back to back to the root, not on the skin. And then just open your eyes a little bit for me. And again, just roll there. If she's got any glue underneath or anything, you can just use a cotton bud with some debonder on it and just roll it underneath just to remove that excess. Sometimes just a little bit of water can do it, just to remove it as well. And then you can see she's got her lashes on. And that's how easy. If they don't go on straight away, I'd stop and start again. Because the more you faff, the worse you'll get, the more worked up you get in yourself. So you better just to stay calm, stay controlled, get your posture right, put your little thing on your glue. Make sure your glue's not too sticky, not too dry. Put it centre on to the root and stick it all the way around. When you're removing the eyelashes, you put the cotton wool. I'm not going to remove these because Carol's going to have them all weekend. Put a piece of cotton wool underneath, just like we've removed eyelash tint, and just like we've removed that from root to tip with a debonder, and just roll, and the eyelash should come straight off.